This demonstration is mainly for beginners and how to use the Stylus tool. The Stylus tool has a ballpoint end right here and one right here. One's a little bit finer and the other one's a little bit thicker depending on what you choose to use it for. You're also going to learn how to use the detail paintbrush to smooth out and remove crumbs. And to start, you're going to need your pinch pot, which is leather hard, meaning it's not sticky at all, but it's not white and drying out. It just feels damp, and the surface is perfect for carving into it. Our goal is to create our name, just as we have here for Purnima. You can choose cursive, or you can choose block lettering to write your name along the side. And that will be just your first name carved with the stylus in cursive or block letters. After, I'm going to show you how to create your name on the bottom and your period so that you can complete that and check in for turn-in so your pot can begin drying out. So let's go ahead and decide where to put the name. This is Bijan's pot. It's B-I-J-A-N. So let's, with the pencil, lightly sketch out. In case we make a mistake, we can always erase just by wiping our finger and rewriting. So let's say we put Bijan's name here. Let's give him a really big B. And then I'm going to go ahead with my cursive and write I-J-A-N. So this is just lightly drawn into it, but what you want to do with clay is actually remove the clay from there. So later when the glaze fills in the cracks, it looks really cool. So to do that, hold your tool close to you and you push, and you're actually going to push pretty hard and then lift that clay out of it. Normally I do this with on the table, but you're going to take this here and remove the clay out. You're going to notice that you're going to get crumbs like right there. And you're immediately going to want to rub it away, but it actually makes it worse. Go ahead and leave those crumbs. Later, they'll dry in the air and they'll crumble right away. So you don't even need to worry about those right now. Notice I'm holding really low down on the stylus tool to give me the most control, and I'm really taking my time here. There's that out of there. So again, leave those crumbs. If you're not getting the crumbs, then that means your clay is even drier, which could be a better time. You can also do what I've done on the bottom here. I've already started to carve that. You can take your water and you can just go ahead and run the paintbrush, see if that'll zoom in, run the paintbrush through the river of the lines you've drawn and carved out to create. And what that does is it cleans out the surface so you can really read the letter better. Sometimes I'll go back and forth between the two tools. It's whatever works best for you at the time. So your goal is to have your name written on the side crumb-free, and then you need your first initial minimum, always your entire last name, and your period on the bottom. You will not get full credit if your full last name or your period are missing, or your first initial. So make sure that you've done that and you haven't forgotten. Sometimes students do it and then it erases the next day, so they have to do this on the very last day. That is your last step before this work dries out. So after the bisque fire, later our next step will be to make an analogous color scheme so that you'll be able to glaze really cool. So leave the rest of the surface smooth, and with colors we're going to go in and paint using an analogous color scheme. But we'll worry about that in a couple weeks after our work has come out of the kiln.